Wait, are we live?
Yeah, he did.
I thought that I didn't know that was the countdown. Okay.
In
Alrighty,
H3, I'm
so if
sorry.
they can hear us, they're losing their minds because they don't
LMAO.
know the background behind what's going on. And we're not going to tell them. We're going to leave it in suspense. But welcome everybody, all our fellow Overwatch fans, to the first night of 5U Alpha Overwatch League playoffs. Tonight we have an outstanding matchup between Let Him Cook and Dallas Dojo Redux. We're here at the late night game. I am Steck Monster. I'm joined here in the booth by my comrade in arms, Trumpet Jesus,
Hello.
and our camera operator and producer, Mr. Max Michaels, who I have no idea if he speaks, if you can hear it, or if it just we can hear it. I have no idea. So we're in for an adventure.
Just
But
pretend
tonight-
Max Michaels' voice is talking to you.
I'll just pretend he's my conscience, which is what I usually tell casters when I'm producing for them. Just think of me as your conscience, or your intrusive thoughts.
Right. We're getting ours from both teams.
Ours from both teams. We're off to a hot start. It looks like. Appears that Nepal is the map. And where is the gambling? I got you, fam. I'll institute your gambling. Yeah, place your bets. Be responsible and
And don't drink and drive.
yeah.
All right. I'm going the Trumpet Jesus special and voting all of my brew bucks,
Hot.
and
So
that
it looks,
team will lose.
looks like we have a reasonably competitive bet here. So we'll see. We got you got 4.5 minutes to get your votes in, but we're going to be off to Nepal.
Initiating
Dallas Dojo. There will be the presumably blue team, unless yes, the blue team. Just had to make sure that Max Michaels wasn't using crazy person colors like some of us. There'll be the blue team on your left.
I feel like that's a shot at me. Look, I can't help that I'm colorblind.
Have you tried just being better at seeing color?
Dude, I've tried.
Just download better eyes.
I've tried.
Let him cook. They're going to be the red team on the right side of your screen. But we'll see what we come out with. Box 5 Robot, to no one's surprise, on the tank, rocking that Ramatra. Reckless on his trusty Farah. He's been able to use the Farah to climb to a rather high rank. The other side, Iron Brew on the Echo, Heroic on the Genji, Voxem on the Reinhardt. We love to see it.
They're coming out with a Farah and a Mercy on the side of Let Him Cook.
And our two teams are going to meet here in the center of the point. Box 5 Robot able to take a little bit more space, pushing Voxem off the point. Box 5 Robot just going back and forth, letting his Ryan go into his team. But Heroic's going to find the dash kill onto Lindemood. It's a much-needed opening pick. And this opening battle going towards Dallas Dojo, they very nearly cap the point, and here it comes. And they're going to start to get kills going with that. An anti-nade means that Fox 5 Robot's going to go down, and that's a quick fight win for Dallas Dojo.
Yes, indeed. We're going to see some changes up here. Reckless is now on the Ashe instead of the Farah. That was an insta-switch.
I do like it. It helps, will help deal with the Echo a little bit more, and with the Genji as well.
Agreed.
So let him cook. They'll have a chance to respond. 25% and going up for Dallas Dojo. Iron Brew went up and over. Now trying to get some flank shots. He's going to retreat back to safety. Box 5 Robot just gonna slowly poke his way in, and a shatter from Foxem is gonna find just Patty Shepard. That's gonna be enough. This fight is probably over before it started, except for Box 5 Robot and Reckless, who were doing weird stuff on point. They're just dancing around getting kills. Foxem, Heroic is nanoed. He's trying his darndest. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Foxem goes down.
Hey, he let him die to the dynamite. Was that so toxic? The Heroic was burning to death, and Reckless just waved hay at him and then let him die.
That is a maneuver. Let him cook. A much needed retake. 60% to 15. And Lindamoo with the pulse bomb early to start the fight. Just gonna crack open the can, nice and early. An easy pick with the pulse bomb. They still have almost 4 ults ready, and they're gonna have another pick on this fight. This fight's gonna be over before it started. Dallas Dojo just need to regroup. Don't commit ults here, but they do. They committed a couple.
They committed at least 2, right? It was a shatter. No, the shatter was last fight. Never mind.
Yeah. It was a little hard to track, but
I think it was just duplicate.
Yeah. Although Iron Brew is swapping, so perhaps not all was lost. Heroic is very close to having that blade, but 2 ults at the ready for Let Him Cook for when that time comes. Fox is going to find an entrance charge on the Lindamood. Much
Robert.
needed. No, but here comes Bob to hold some space. The annihilation from Box 5 Robot.
Iron Brew is behind.
Iron Brew is behind, but I don't know if he's in range to do very much. The Heroic has other ideas. He's also behind. He's gonna find some kills with Thero and Foxem.
I don't think the stream caught that. I really don't think the stream caught that. Linda just stood still and let Heroic kill him.
Oh, that's a big unfortunate. But the point going back to Dallas Dojo.
And now Dallas Dojo has 3, almost 4 ults, and while side of Let Him Cook has none. Well, I guess Pulse Bomb, kind of.
And just to think, a minute ago I was admonishing them, perhaps unwisely for their ult usage, and it may come back to serve them well here. 85%. We're coming into last fight territory. Here comes a massive shatter from Foxem. He finds at least 4 with that. Here comes the Nano Blade. That's just going to clean up. This is going to be nasty. That's going to be everyone dead. Lindamoo, the last one alive, on point. That's going to be a wipe of Dallas Dojo, taking point 1, 99 to 89.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle.
So we'll see if Let Him Cook has any shakeups here when we go onto the village. Looks like Lindamoo moving on to the Hanzo. We love to see it. Reckless onto the Cassidy. Love to see that as well. Iron Brew going back with the Echo. He seems to have a plan.
5, 4,
So we'll see how that goes.
2, 1.
But going against the Hanzo and the Cassidy could be difficult for him. But we'll see.
Agreed.
Dallas Dojo opting instead to go directly to point, taking a low ground. Let Him Cook taking the high ground, the fast approach. Then they're now going to have high ground advantage, and Reckless is going to take advantage of that. He's going to find Dylan's head with the bullet. Now, Box 5 Robot moving on to point, pushing into Foxem here. And he finds Arrow with that Nemesis form. Suzu keeping him alive, and he's going to find Foxem as well. Iron Brew doing his darndest, but to Let Him Cook is taking control of the point. They're at 10% now. And Iron Brew finally falls.
Reckless is Genji hunting.
He sure is. I think that's why he picked the Cassidy. That sticky grenade, and plus the authority, just having a gun that just shoots where you click. Dallas Dojo Now moving on to the high ground themselves, but they're going to get an early pick here onto them. Make that too. Linda Mood throwing those logs at people's heads. Linda is cracked. We all know it to be true. Search your feelings. Box 5 robot just there to help out. He's going to find Foxhim. Heroic has no choice but to just bravely run away. Oh no!
He goes back.
No.
He goes back and gets domed by Reckless.
Oh, that's rough. And that's the thing about this Let 'em Cook team. They have some players that will punish you if you try and get cheeky on the positioning. Now, Iron Brew on the Symmetra, he's going to try and teleport up to the high ground, bring his team with them. They're going to go around the other side. An unusual strategy. We'll see how it works.
It's a
They're
bold
going to
move,
push on
Cotton.
point, but Iron Brew not able to withstand the Nemesis form on point. And here comes the dragons. Appears to be a zoning dragons more than anything.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays
It's a 3v5, now a 3v4. But Arrow cut in a very bad place between a tank and 2 DPS. And this fight very much going to Let 'em Cook.
It looks like Let 'em Cook will shut out on second point.
Yes, Heroic, a last-minute pick to make things interesting. We'll see if this will result in anything. Iron Brew finding a kill as well, but Box 5 Robot pulling out the Annihilation. It's a even fight here, but it's just Iron Brew and Dylan. He's now got Arrow by his side, but Iron Brew, he's finding the right kills. The Nano Symmetra, it does work.
I spoke too soon. Nanosymmetric scary.
From the brink of defeat, Dallas Dojo able to flip the point for themselves. But they cannot lose any more fights, otherwise this point will go to Let 'em Cook. And a fat anti-nade landing onto Let 'em Cook. Just gonna slow down this push just a little bit, force out the immortality field. Here's Reckless with the Deadeye. He hasn't fired it yet. May have been a zoning thing, but Linda Mood able to take that opportunity and find Heroic. Now Squin's taking advantage of Foxham being just slightly out of position. This is a weird place for a team fight. And now moving on to the point, and it's Patty Shep and Reckless taking kills here on point. Heroic trying to blade here just to save this point. It's not going to do much. A K-Rush from Patty Shep gonna just put a little assurance on that. And that's going to be this village point going to Let 'em Cook.
Score 1-1.
Oh no, what are you doing? You turn up. Stop it.
Ready.
Are you talking about your cat or or the players on in this game?
No, I don't have a cat. The bearded dragon.
That's basically a cat.
She's a cat with scales.
Yeah.
She being a turnip right now.
Now we're gonna move on to the Nepal Sanctum. We're gonna see who will take this map here.
1.
Dallas Dojo swap Heroic onto the Cassidy, trying to match Reckless. Gonna use the Symmetra teleporter, and they're gonna try and get to point first.
Iron Brew's still on the Symmetra, so that's nice.
We are in harmony.
It is one of his better heroes, and it's one that allows his team to be quite maneuverable. We'll see how it goes, but Iron Brew, he's going to take a sticky grenade, and he's not going to survive that one. It's a 5v4 here. Reckless finding a second kill. Foxham trying his best to penetrate this front line against a Box 5 robot. It's not really working.
Briggs alone.
It's just a Brig. Let 'em Cook stepped off the point for a moment. That was almost embarrassing. Almost. But Dylan successfully able to retreat. Regroup with his team. Box 5 Robot gonna get charged by Foxham. With Heroic there to support him, but Heroic's gonna die. He's gonna get shot in the head. Dylan with the counter onto Box 5 Robot though. Now Foxham charging onto point here. It's a big man with the hammer against the Baptiste. And picks coming in for Dallas Dojo, but the point just now being flipped. And that's going to be it finally being turned over, 35% for Let Him Cook.
I wonder what Linda's gonna do when the Hanzo change comes through.
I think
Probably
he's going to
nothing.
continue to click heads.
Probably
in a
nothing,
way
'cause
that surprises all of us. Just like that, he gets a headshot with the Sonic Arrow. Extra mustard on that one. But here comes Foxen with the Shatter and then the Nano. He's going to find the pin kill onto Squints and another kill onto Patty Shep. He is throwing that hammer around. He's doing lots of damage. He's going to find Box 5 Robot as well. He's got a charge on the point. Just barely avoiding killing Lindamood. They're going to be able to keep the point from going back to the other side. Reckless now stuck in the middle of nowhere. 44% and counting for Dallas Dojo Redux.
My ultimate is charging.
My ultimate is almost ready.
3, soon to be 4, almost 5 ults for Let Him Cook. We have a lot of a very strong ult economy here. A lot of different options. They're gonna follow Box 5 Robot around to the right entrance.
As they should. That is their tank. That is their king.
Box 5 Robot just gonna get into a tank duel with Foxem. He's gonna pull out the Annihilation.
And
And 4 people are gonna die immediately.
I watched Dylan try to bash his way to point, and he fell off the edge.
The environmental suicide. Those are rare.
It was tactical.
Yeah. Tactical reset. Let Him Cook now at 50%. Dallas Dojo able to get that up to 75%. Just one, nearly 2 ults at the ready for Dallas Dojo. Here comes one of them. Here's the rally. We're gonna fight a trade. Iron Brew and Patty Shep. A big shatter.
Oh!
Rogue's gonna be able to find the follow-up. And they're just gonna go right back onto the point. They only had
Reckless.
2 ults and they made them count.
Reckless, that was a certified juice moment.
Well, that's the thing about playing like Juice. You know, you gotta hit your shots. And most of the time, Reckless does, but you know, that 1 out of every X times.
He high nooted the back line.
Here comes a Nano onto Foxem. It's going to enable his team to push deep. He's going all the way back to spawn. He very nearly charges Box 5 Robot off the back of the map. If he had another 3 feet left on his charge, that would have been an elim. But Lindamood, he and company are fighting on point here. It's just heroic, bravely holding off 3 people. He's going to use his ult. He finds 2.
Yeah, but it won't
It's not going to be
matter.
enough. Ooh. Dallas Dojo able to get it up to 99 before it flips back to Let Him Cook.
Linda and Patty Shep got to get back there quick.
And they do have the advantage of having 2 ults ready. They've got the Annihilation for Box 5 Robot. They have the Dragons here.
Ooh,
Oh, Fox are very nearly getting a double boop there. But he is not
Dash
quite so
behind.
lucky.
Get out of that, Patrick.
Heroic trying to flank around the side, get a cheeky pick onto Lindamood, and he does. It's right here onto Dylan. And it's a battle of the tanks here. It's Box 5 Robot getting slept on point. It's then going to be Suzu. He pulls out the Annihilation. He's going to find Arrow immediately with that. This is probably going to be the point. Here comes a dragon from spawn.
Oh my
With
god.
the Annihilation.
Oh my god, I actually
That's going to
won.
be point.
I actually won something. I gambled and I won. I mean, good job to both teams and or whatever, but I actually won.
Here's Lindamood with the play of the game.
Seen it. Back out.
No kill is truly clean.
He is just so good. It's kind of disgusting to watch him sometimes. But that's going to be Let Him Cook taking a 1-0 lead on the night. As per usual, we are doing a best of 5. So first to 3 wins. But with that, Let Him Cook. They're going to choose what type of map we take next. Then Dallas Dojo, they're going to have their pick within our map pool. But we do have one winner in our prediction. 4,353 points go to Macho Man. Hell yeah, my dude. Wait, this is your own game. You bet on your own team to lose. Hang on. Wait, no. I'm looking at the wrong one. Bet on his own team to win. Okay. We, avoiding a Pete Rose situation here.
Wait, I predicted... Wait, no, I predicted Let Him Cook win. Why didn't I get any brew bucks?
It appears that only one person voted for Let Him Cook.
But it took my brew bucks.
Maybe you voted for the wrong side?
I definitely voted for Let Him Cook. I hate this game.
The Twitch game?
Yes.
Yeah. Make sure you write an angry letter to Father Jeffrey Bezos. A man with not one, but two Bo Burnham songs. And we do have a substitute for Let Him Cook. Patty Shep going out. Macho Man, the winner of our poll, who gambled on his own team to win, will be stepping in Patty Shep's place. On the other side, Gerbil of War coming in for Foxam. Looks like Heroic might be moving over that tank's position. Love to see it. Could we get some classic Heroic Doomfist? Would definitely be down. And it does look like we have our map selection in. We are going to Eichenwald, one of our hybrid options. If Mr. Morkel could make the adjustment. There we go. We'll be off very shortly to the Black Forest of Germany. And just any moment now, we'll be off to the races as soon as we're done shitposting in the chat. We can continue shitposting, but it would be cool to get the game started. We do have an R from both captains, so.
Wait, where's the R from both captains?
It's like 20 messages up.
Alright, I guess we're going.
Yeah,
Traveling.
we go, and we go hard here in Eichenwald.
Initiating match.
I would
Book.
vote.
Once again, they're going to be the red team on the right side of your screen. Dallas Dojo Redux, the blue team on your left.
I would vote Linda for president.
He is a pretty swell dude. I can give him credit for that.
Ready.
He would, in fact, kiss the homies goodnight.
That is true. He's a certified homie kisser. As we all should aspire to be. Let's see what we got here for our two teams. Heroic, not the Doomfist I was hoping for. Instead, the Ramatra. Dribble of War on a Soldier 76. Iron Brew, the classic Torbjorn. Get ready for some shenanigans. Arrow and Dylan on Ana and Kiriko, respectively. On the other side, for Let 'em Cook, Macho Man on a Brigitte Box 5 Robot, once again on the Ramatra. Reckless changing it up. He's going to match Iron Brew with a Torbjorn. Linda on the classic Hanzo, and Squints with the Ana. But here comes Let 'em Cook out of the gate. Anti-nade lands on the right at the door, but it's not really going to do much. Our two Ramatras poking at each other. Box 5 Robot getting a little bit of damage in. Nothing really for either side, but here comes the turret going down for both sides. Both sides losing turrets to the Ramatra. Reckless and Box 5 Robot trying to push through this choke. Being held back by Iron Brew and Heroic. And there comes Gerbil of War finding an opening pick on the Macho Man. That's going to be the first of the round. Going to force Let 'em Cook to take a step back. They're going to have to reset here now that more picks are coming in. Box 5 Robot just getting pressed in by Heroic and Iron Brew.
I actually had to like restrain myself from saying the most out of pocket thing.
I mean, as long as it's not going to get us TOS, then please say out of pocket things.
Oh no, it's okay.
We're all about chaotic energy here.
I exude.
Well, I had a Red
chaotic
Bull at 10
energy.
p.m. just for y'all, audience. But here comes Let 'em Cook, ready for another attack. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Oh, and off to the right room, Lindamoon's going to be caught out by himself. Heroic and Iron Brew able to just press in on him and outmaneuver him. Box 5 Robot trying to make something happen here on point. Squints being caught in the bad place. But Fox 5 Robot finding a pick on Iron Brew. That's going to allow Squints to stay alive just a little bit longer. A nano onto Heroic. But Box 5 Robot's still here. He's still getting kills. He's got the Annihilation now. We got competing Annihilations.
Oh god.
This
colors.
is a mess. Both getting a kill out of it. So it's just Heroic. It's a 3v1 here on point. Nothing about this fight should have worked for Let 'em Cook, but it did, due to the incredible efforts of Box 5 Robot and friends.
Lost.
Flatbed Fred, you don't get to choose who you time out. You have to actually choose time out somebody else for 6,969 LMAO.
Yeah. If you do that one, we'll time you out, I think.
All right, time out Jordan.
If we got any other Twitch mods in chat, go
I'm not
for
good.
it.
I'm not good enough to be a Twitch mod.
Let 'em Cook. They've got the first point. They're around this first corner, past the first gate. They got 4 ults at the ready. Dallas Dojo prepping on the archway for defense. And here comes Gerbil of War on the flank with the
Oh, he's coming.
visor.
Oh, he came. Oh,
Iron Brew was ready. And despite Reckless having the overclock ready, Iron Brew, the area denial proved superior.
did I stutter, Dylan?
Yeah, that is one of the words that we do use sometimes to refer to that particular ability.
Dylan, you've literally been on a team with me. How do you not know?
Here it comes, multiple ults, two support ults, and the dragons from Lindamood. Lindamood's going to find Iron Brew with that. It's going to allow Let 'em Cook to push forward a little bit.
Gerbil War fell in the
jumping
team. Oh!
Oh no. Brave effort, jumping down, trying to hold the point by himself.
Yo, he got stuck like a pin cushion. Oh, what a sleep! What a sleep on Iron Brew from Arrow. Or excuse me, Squints.
Squints is our boy. We do love him. That's going to be the second point going for Let 'em Cook. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. A healthy time take. Lindamood finding a nice pick.
Iron Brew just the second too late with the reflect.
And here's the Nano under Heroic trying to open this can of worms.
Oh, he's suffering. Oh, he's suffering. I don't want to suffer anymore. Life is pain.
Well, we're all suffering because we have to watch Ramatras go at each other, and Let 'em Cook is certainly suffering because they have to face that annihilation.
Life is pain. Don't want to suffer.
Life is pain, and anyone who tells you anything else is trying to sell you something. That's from The Princess Bride. Let 'em Cook. They're regrouped, though. They've got a couple months here at the ready. They're going to try again. Box 5 Robot with the Annihilation at the ready. Anti-Dave landing in the middle of the team. It's causing him a little bit of scatter. Reckless popping the overclock to find Gerbil of War off the bat. Ironbro going down as well. That's going to allow this payload to push around the first and the second corner. Heroic taking an anti-nade right up front. Force out the Susie from Dylan. Box 5 Robot holding on to the Annihilation, but here comes the Dragons from Lindamoon. That's both DPS out this fight. But 2 for 1 in favor of Let 'em Cook here. So it's just this one final fight here. 3.65 meters. Trace going down, Squints goes down, Ironbrew goes down, Dylan goes down. Gerbil of War trying to do a heroic tactical advisor here on point. He finds one. Can he find 2? No, he cannot. Lindamoon's going to find Gerbil of War, prevent that save. And that's going to be a cap with 1:59 on the clock.
Score.
I can't believe they killed Soldier on this, the holiest of months.
True, it is Pride Month.
Initiate.
How dare they kill?
But Let 'em Cook, a very nice time bank, just under 2 minutes. Dallas Dojo, they will have an opportunity to rebut.
Ready for battle.
Few swaps here and there. Ironbrew going back to the Symmetra that he's really shown on for Dylan on the Moira. We do appreciate a good Moira play here. We got 2 Moira mains here in our, or maybe 3 Moira mains here in our booth, I think. So we do appreciate that.
Taking down enemies. First.
On the other side, Reckless going for a Mei pick. Everything else remaining the same. Mei could be a very interesting defensive measure. Lots of ways of just disrupting game plans, altering that maneuverability. But here comes Dallas Dojo Redux. Two Ramatras taking some poke damage at each other. Dribble of War finding a Helix rocket on his Squints. Very important opening pick. Box 5 Robot gonna find the trade on Heroic. He's gonna find Arrow as well. Oh, he's going into the small room. It's a one big guy against 3 small people. And I'm rooting for the big guy here. But Gerbil of War, he's got another Helix rocket.
They just kind of ignored Reckless. He stood in that room alone. Nobody looked at him.
Yeah, and that's the thing about being in these confined spaces, is that Ramatra in the Nemesis form is quite potent there. So is the Mei. You have to contend with both. If you ignore one, you will die. But here comes Dallas Dojo again, trying for another attack. Heroic going to be separated by a wall for a moment. No one going down just yet. Let 'em Cook retreating to point. Lindamoon fighting the wrong end of a laser beam from Ironbrew. Ironbrew with a teleporter. He's going to go right onto point, get right in their face. Here comes Reckless with a blizzard. They're going to find Ironbrew in it. It's going to force the rest of Dallas Dojo off the point. It's 4v3, excuse me, here. And here comes Box 5 Robot with Annihilation. It's going to find Gerbil 4 and Heroic. So a fight win, a rather clean one for Let 'em Cook.
I will give you shelter.
Coming around to 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining for Dallas Dojo. A lot of time remaining. A lot of ults at the ready. I'm sure there are lots of plans to be enacted. Gwen's gonna open the fight with the amplification matrix. They're also just gonna wait it out a little bit. Oh, but Arrow, just the wrong place, wrong time, takes a log to the face. Now Reckless getting deep. He's going deep. He's gonna find Gerbil of War. Heroic is way off by himself. He's isolated from his teammates. Lendem is just taking pot shots at everyone. Alstudger, they've got 5 alts here in a minute and a half. They get a lot of time, a lot of alts. They just need a little bit of a kick to get going. We'll see what that will be.
Ooh.
And it's not going to be that. Reckless finding an icicle on Dylan. Here comes the dragons from Lindemood. Multiple alts. Arrow, Gerbil of War, Iron Brew all alting. Arrow finds Lindemood. This is really messy. Annihilation from Heroic. Lamp has been forced out. It may have been a little too early, but Box 5 Robot and Heroic dueling on point. I don't know who wins this duel. And now a Blizzard from Reckless. Dylan pops the Coalescence, but he's going to get frozen out of it. No! Oh, that's going to enable Reckless to clean up. They're going to hold the point. They give them the tick, but they hold the point.
God, dude,
Oof. What a Blizzard.
that was a huge blizzard.
There's
On
a
the side
reason
of
that
Redux.
Reckless is such a highly ranked player, and it's not. And it's just the big brain moments like that. That's how you get him.
Oh, they should win this on Annihilation. They'll have garage window, garage door. Ooh,
Absolutely.
Gerbil of War almost going down to an icicle.
This is Let Him Cook's fight to lose. Heroic having popped onto the Doomfist, but Reckless with the icicle gun again. Gerbil of War not surviving the ice pick lobotomy. Here comes the Annihilation for Box 5 Robot. This should clean things up. It's a 5v2. Dylan goes down, no healers. Iron Brew going down. It's just Heroic.
And that will be game.
That's map 2.
Oh,
Let Him Cook.
God,
And boy, are they cooking right now.
Reckless. They have families.
Mm. Heroic with the play of the game on the Ramatra. Very interesting. Well, if you're a fan of watching Ramatras throw air punches at each other, this has certainly been the game for you. We've seen some incredible Ramatra plays from both sides.
You know how people call Lucio's
Better
primary.
Genji.
Stop. People call Lucio's primary fire pillows. Like shooting pillows at people.
I've never heard that before.
Well, in the circles that I play, I like Jonah, banging my drums. He says this sometimes. See, Lucio shoots pillows at people. Ramatra shoots pillows at people, but they're just full of lead balls.
It's like getting hit by a sock, but the sock is full of frozen butter.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. And with that, Let 'Em Cook. They're going to be up 2-0 on the night. We're approaching match point now. If Let 'Em Cook wins this next map, which will be either Escort or Push, they will be able to advance to the next round of the playoffs. It appears that Michael has been disappeared into another room. I don't know what happened. Coming into tonight, Let 'Em Cook has our number 8 seed. Dallas Dojo Redux, our number 9 seed. So these are our 8 and 9 seeds playing against each other. They both finished the regular season with a record of 2-7. Let 'Em Cook only being a little bit higher on the map differential. So we're looking, on paper, these are two very evenly matched teams. And looking through most of these fights, it's definitely been reflected in that. But now is coming down to the wire for Dallas Dojo. They're going to put Foxen back in on tank, presumably.
Foxen goes back on tank. Heroic goes back to DPS. Gerbil of War goes to the bench.
FoxM having some early success on the first point of Nepal with the Reinhardt. We'll see what type of map we end up on and how that affects what
It
tank
is
he chooses.
going to be escort.
We're going to escort because we can't have fun here. Can't play the exciting maps like push.
Push is dog water. Okay,
I like
push
it.
is dog water.
It's fun. It's exciting. It's new.
The only decent
It's the
map
tug
is
of
New
war.
New Queen Street.
No, that's it's definitely the top 3 push maps
There's only
of all time.
There are only 3 push maps.
That's the joke. The best
My-
one is Colosseo.
Dude, my mom says the same thing. She goes, "Hello, my favorite son. I'm her only son."
Hell yeah. I mean, but at least she's telling you that you're her favorite.
We all know that I'm the favorite child. It's okay. She can say it.
It's like I like to tell my coworkers, that tomorrow's Tuesday, one of the top 10 days of the week. That one's a bit of a mind twister for you.
What? There's 7 days of the week.
I know they're all in the top 10.
What's the other 2?
You mean 3?
What's math?
Well, I don't know. I went to music school, not math school. Music is only the only math I do in music is where you multiply things by 2 and then do weird fractions to them. Because when I was in college, I got on a weird obsession with Pythagorean tuning. Now, that's a story for another day. But counting, can't do it.
We're going to Junkertown.
Junkertown.
Everybody in chat is just putting something about cooking. Yes.
Well, we do seem to have a
people
lot
do
of
cook.
fans of Let 'Em Cook tonight in the chat, including a couple of players.
Are from FoxM. Are from Reckless. Are from me.
We're gonna go off to Australia.
Welcome.
In this case, even worse than regular Australia, because it's post-apocalyptic Australia, which I'm sure is full of all kinds of cuddly and totally safe to touch with your bare hands wildlife, and definitely not crazy people in mad search for water.
Steck, you of all people should know, like the top 10 deadliest animals are in.
For battle.
The top 10 deadliest creatures are in Australia.
I am absolutely sure of that, because Australia is a wildlife hellscape, especially if you're imagine if you're a small creature like a mouse or a frog or something. Literally everything on Australia is gonna try and kill you.
I've literally seen a spider drag a lizard back to its den.
Oh yeah, in Australia, spiders are no joke. I'm very fortunate as a spider enthusiast that I live in North America, where there are like basically no spiders that will kill you. There's only a couple, and they're rare and rarely bite.
Go to Brazil.
And then,
Have fun.
yeah, and then there's Brazil, where there's aggressive spiders.
They literally chase you through the jungle.
Let them cook. Once again, the red team on the right, they're attacking first.
Linda playing Widow before Widow gets changed.
Love to see it. But we got our Ramatra duel here on the fight. Linda move with an opening to doink on the Fox.
I don't know if the stream caught it, but Linda, that was the nastiest little flick.
Hopefully he's got a clip of that. But Reckless and company, Reckless just throwing those logs, swapping over. He's on the Hanzo instead of Lindamood.
I went into their team chat, and told David that they had families. And
Look what good it did us now. It's like they went double sniper and they murdered everyone.
I think it was Jay, and Jay said, "We just wanted them to chill out."
Oh, Iron Brew, no.
infuriating to me.
A little bit of a trickle going on here for Dallas Dojo. Trying to stall this point out as long as they can. It's a 5v3 right now.
Where'd Fistman go? Oh, there he is.
He went in and then he went back, and Lindemood is trying to find easy targets here. Heroic Discord
Let him run!
going to be able to successfully push people away from the point. He's going to find Lindemood. When in doubt, play the divey fist guy.
Well done.
I guess. Stay out of the line of sight of snipers, and it's harder for them to shoot you. But that's a successful retake of the point for Dallas Dojo. Able to get it before the capture of this first point.
Jordan's saying, you know you can't be lazy. I'm not really sure what he means by that, but okay.
Look at the message above it. It's about cooking by the book. But here comes Box 5 Robot and Reckless with ultimates. Oh, Squints and Dilla in Arrow ulting as well. It's a hot mess here of ultimates. And I don't fully understand it, but it appears that trades are happening. Here comes Iron Brew with the copied annihilation. This is kind of gross, but Reckless, he's throwing them logs. He's got Squints and Box 5 Robot with him.
Oh!
And that's going to be their first point. Finally going to let him cook.
I just watched Foxen get bodied.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
You know, when Hanzo's hitting
She's
the
big
shots,
French.
there's not a lot you can do about it. Lindemood with the infrared visor here. He's got a keen eye on where everyone is. Foxem on the Hanzo. He's the only one on his team with an ult at the ready. He's gauging for a good time to use it. Foxem trying to go into the background, find
Watch this
something
dragon. Watch this
interesting.
dragon.
Maybe a dragon, maybe a good angle, maybe an opening pick. But Heroic's gonna dive in and find Reckless. Lindemood gonna go down to the flanking Foxem. That's what they needed here on Street Phase. Oh, but Squint's in the
Oh
side
my
hallway.
god, dude. Squint's beating people to death.
Now Foxem in the showdown with Box 5 Robot. Finally able to remove the Ramatra from play here. But there is something to be said. Like when you're in that confined space, the combination of the Zenyatta and the Ramatra together, very surprisingly lethal in confined spaces with the Discord and all the damage that comes with it. Foxem once again on the high ground here in the middle, trying to find some cheeky picks. Heroic diving down, then going back. Here's the dragons from Foxem and the dragons from Reckless. Neither of them finding anyone. Oh, but Reckless fighting Iron Brew in the chaos. Heroic nanoed on point. It's going to force the ultimate from Squints. The annihilation from Box 5 Robot, who gets slept, but he still gets a kill anyways onto Arrow. You still do damage while you sleep with that thing. Oh, but Heroic with the Meteor Strike. He finds two before finally going down himself. It's just Dylan and Iron Brew here on point. Just Iron Brew, rather. He's going to try and hide, try and stall. He's not going to be able to commit fully here without his teammates coming back. Here comes Arrow. Iron Brew going down, getting shot in the face. Heroic now with the last touch. Foxem with the Genji swap. He's going to go down too, and now that's the point going.
It's very heroic of him.
Very heroic of him. Although heroic is untanked. Ha 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 ha.
Ah, puns.
That's going to be the second point going to let him cook. They're moving rather quickly and decisively. Now that the swaps have come out for Dallas Dojo. Let's see if they can adjust. Iron Brew very close to having the pulse bomb, but he's going to have to be quite efficient with it. Let him cook's got 3 ults at the ready. An opening doink on Iron Brew is going to start this shenanigans. Box 5 Robot slept on point. It's going to allow Heroic to get a kill on Squints. Lindemood getting a kill, but 2 from Dallas Dojo here. It's a little bit of momentum stalling here from Let Him Cook. Heroic just kind of making his space on his own here.
Give me someone who can fight back.
Nanoboost is charging.
He's gonna successfully retake the point here from Let 'em Cook. Just 2 minutes left on the clock. So plenty of time for things to go right, plenty of time for things to go wrong.
Dang, what a nade. Someone's got to do something about Heroic.
Here's Heroic with his ultimate, the Meteor Strike.
He just can't be allowed to exist.
Oh, he's kind of doing that pretty well on his own, but Lindamood's just turned around in the right place.
Oh,
and here's the Blizzard from Lindamood. It's gonna get great zoning. It's allowing it's pushing Dal's Dojo back, which is better than nothing. It's gonna allow Box 5 Robot to use Annihilation so close to spawn doors. This is getting ugly fast. Heroic trying to stall on point, but it's a 4v1 here. That's not fun odds, even if you're a Doomfist. Here's the Dragons from Reckless. Lindamood with another pick. Boxem and Dylan trying to stall. They're able to successfully touch every ability coming out on a point. It's just Dylan and Heroic. 0.4 meters to go, 40 seconds left. Heroic goes down, and that's going to be it. Let 'em Cook able to take the third point with 38 seconds left.
Hey, Stack.
Score
Yeah.
You want to hear a joke?
to 3. Switch
Sure.
side.
Why does Norway put barcodes on the sides of their ships?
Initiating.
Why?
So when they get to port, they can Scandinavian.
Very good, Michael. I knew that one, which is why I sighed so heavily. It's a solid dad joke. But a successful effort from Let 'em Cook. Able to fully cap. Dal's Dojo will have a chance to respond in kind. See if we get any swaps from either side. Arrow appears to be swapping over to the Kiriko. No apparent swaps for Let 'em Cook. They seem to have found a winning formula for the moment. They are continuing to rock the May for Lindamood, which I very much like.
Iron Brew loves playing. Iron Brew's AFK. Oh, he's back.
One.
He's going to play the Trace Sword.
Incoming.
Dallas Dojo, they're gonna come out the gates now. Chance to respawn. They're going to avoid the point entirely for a moment. Try to get a little more forward positioning. Arrow and Foxem getting very aggressive, trying to get into that sniper line. Foxem's gonna be punished for it though. Now Arrow stuck in the no man's land, barely able to teleport himself out. Now the payload stalled under this first bridge. No clear advantage for either side here. Slowly creeping forward. Rogue diving in here, forces out the lamp and squints. Perhaps a bit early. Dallas Dojo could be able to capitalize on that, but Reckless is going to say no. He's going to find Foxem early on. Iron Brew just trying to dance around in the backline, but Reckless finding a headshot onto Dylan. This is the Reckless and Lindamood show right now. They are taking care of business. Classic TCOB from the DPS.
Taking care of business.
Boxem, Iron Brew, they're going to wait for their teammates to respond. Oh, but Reckless is going to find him on a bad angle. Oh, that's
no,
disgusting.
You hate to see it.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh, dude, feels bad, man.
That's just going to cost more time for Dallas Dojo. They got 2.5 minutes, a lot of time here. But Lindamood, Reckless, they've got the better angles, they got the better shots. Boxem finally with a much needed kill into Reckless. A window of opportunity here for Dallas Dojo.
Tracer's
Boxem with the dash kill. Heroic with the meteor. They're going to find 2 kills with them. This could be what they need. This payload finally moving forward. Patty Shep, Box 5 Robot, the last two dying. For let him cook. This payload finally moving past his first choke. Heroic and Foxem, they are way deep. They are so deep. They're halfway through Streets phase. They haven't even capped the first point yet, but they're going very deep, just trying to buy as much time for their team as possible. Every kill they get up there helps them out a little bit.
Here comes the dragon.
Sleep on the Fox 5 Robot. Very nice. Gonna allow Dallas Dojo to get up to a 2.5 meters. Did Ironbrew with a pick on the squints. Forces out the K-Rush and the Annihilation. Oh, this is going to be an expensive fight win for Let Him Cook, but they might not win it at all. Ironbrew with another pick. Oof. That one was fairly costly for Let Him Cook. They won the fight. Minute left. Just over 3 meters to go for Dallas Dojo. And they're going to have almost 4 ults here. And they are itching to use them. Here comes the blade from Foxem. Met with a blizzard from Lindamoo, but Reckless is going to be caught in that one. Pulse spawn coming out as well. Trades going in. Lindamood, Heroic finding 2 as well on the point. It's just Lindamood left on point. Coalescence from Dylan, and that's going to be it.
That was kind of expensive
Dojo.
for them. That was indeed kind of expensive for Dallas Dojo as well.
It was, but when you're on the offense, you're running out of time. You don't have a lot of choice.
I agree.
No ults at the ready for either side. Reckless is closest at 55%.
Squints is going to...
I say that, he immediately gets a headshot on Foxem, which brings him much closer.
69.
Nice. Funny, because it's the weed number.
Nice. Yes, indeed.
Now, Dallas Dojo has 2.5 minutes to go. Pushes through Streets phase. Heroic gonna dive up top into the high ground. Get a little poke. Dive back down. Oh, and Foxem trying to get a cheeky dive onto Reckless. It's not worked on him many times. And he's gonna have to pay for it dearly. He just says okay in the chat. Which is the reaction I would have. It's gonna force Dallas Dojo just to step back, regroup, rethink. No ults at the ready for them. Let him cook. They have one coming up on a few others soonish. Arrow swapping onto the Ana. Ironbrew onto the Bastion. We love a good Bastion here. Foxem barely alive, taking a lot of poke.
Ooh, Reckless is low. Yep.
And Foxem finding that kill onto Reckless. He's finding the opening he needs to. He found 2. Ironbrew going down to Box 5 Robot. Lindamoo going down to Foxem. He's found 3. He's putting his team on his back. He is angry. He is angry. Sometimes when there's an angry Genji on the other team, there's not much you can do about it other than cry.
It's okay. Streets phase in Junkertown doesn't exist.
Very true. Just a minute left here. Payload almost at the destination. Should be the checkpoint. Box 5 Robot and company ready for a recontest from the low ground. Here comes the Dragons from Reckless. The Nano Blade. The Blizzard. Oh, it's a hot mess. The K-Rush as well.
Yeah, but it looks like Dallas Dojo will take second point while excuse me,
Dallas Dojo's point.
Let Him Cook expended everything except trans.
That was really messy.
Indeed.
I'm certain that Let Him Cook's going to win at least 1 or 2 of those ults back, especially DPS ult, if possible. But a minute 45, so not a crazy time bank in either direction. Enough time for things to go well or for things to go wrong. Ironbrew very nearly having that ultimate at the ready. Dylan very close to having his coalescence. Heroic diving into the high ground. He's going to find 2. A much needed trade onto Reckless. And this payload now around to the halfway point of the third point. Halfway mark of the third point. It's a weird way of saying it. Ironbrew with the ult is going to force out the Transcendence, but not before Patty Shep goes down. This payload's still moving. Minute and change. Still going. Foxem now going largely uncontested in the back line, but Reckless punches him to death. Iron Brew's gonna trade on to Squints though. 55 seconds, but Iron Brew, he's finding the right kills. He's shooting the right heads. And now a coalescence from Dylan. He's gonna keep his teammates alive. He's gonna kill his opponents. It just Squints here on point, but it's not gonna be enough. And with a 4-second advantage, Dallas Dojo Redux take the third point.
After this, like if Let Him Cook wins, that's it, right? Like that's
Initiating match.
If Let 'em Cook wins this map, then they're 3-0 on the night and they win.
yeah,
Dallas Dojo, they will be shooting for a reverse sweep, if possible.
Dallas
for
Dojo
them.
fighting for their lives right now.
They sure are. These are certainly talented players, and they've been in worse situations than this before.
Ready for battle.
So Let 'em Cook, somehow with the slightly lower time bank, they're gonna attack first for round 3.
We keep interrupting.
Chance to set the tone, get good progress, and make their defensive efforts a little easier by
Looks
going
like,
as far as they can.
Looks like Iron Brew will be on the Ash, and Heroic sticking with the Doomfist. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Reckless going on Widow, Linda on Hanzo. I don't know how good it will be against their dive comp. Their kind of pseudo dive comp. We'll see.
We shall see. Reckless starting out on the Widowmaker, trying to find an opening here, looking for Iron Brew.
Iron Brew almost. Oh,
Finding a body shot, but not the kill. Trying to get a cheeky pick onto Foxham as well. He's going to be dove upon Iron Brew with the coach gun kill on the Lindemood. It's a rare sight to see. That gun does not do a lot of damage, but sometimes it's just enough. The fight win for Dallas Dojo. Foxham touching his spawn door and just reflecting. He's trying to buy as much time as he can for his team. This payload just at the first bridge here. Oh, but Foxham getting caught in the air by Reckless. A nasty shot. It's going to allow Let 'em Cook to push a little bit. Dallas Dojo going to have to hold here at the second bridge. You're going to punch in. Try and push the opponents away from the cart. Oh, and Lindemood with a headshot onto Arrow. That's critical for his team. Not having that main support. And now Lindemood finding the other support. No heals for Dallas Dojo. So this payload's going to be moving. We're into overtime now. Heroic. But Heroic uses the meteor strike. He's in the punch. Gets everyone off point.
Oh no.
That was really messy in all of the right ways. So a very fortunate moment for Heroic. Some dare I say, heroics.
I was watching Reckless's POV the whole time, and really not much he could do about it. He's just getting constantly dove by Foxham.
And that's really what Foxham and company needs to be doing in this situation. Is when you have that aggressive sniper presence, you got to get in their face, make them play at the close range where they're less effective.
Yeah. So Reckless felt it now because he backed to Hanzo.
Yes, the Hanzo will give him a lot more mid-range flexibility, but really not a lot of room for mistakes here for Let 'em Cook. This payload only needs to go 60.6 meters. That's not very far. That's 1, maybe 2 fights.
Couldn't get it to 69.
Yeah, 9 meters too short, friends. But Iron Brew, a bit of a swap going onto the Torbjorn. Lindemood coming back onto the main. We're going to see some real meatball Overwatch on this point. And here comes Dallas Dojo out of the gate. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a meatball.
Reckless gotta get out. Yep.
Heroic diving and Reckless though with an opening pick on the Foxham. Oof. That's exactly what Reckless needs.
I know Reckless's cheeks were clenched.
Oh, I'm sure they are. He's hoping to get this map win and get the night over with. But Iron Brew, going to find Reckless there. Fox M with the dash kill onto Squints as well. It's now a 5v3 here. The longer this goes on, the weirder it's going to get for both sides. And here Dylan with a dirty orb.
Skill orbs.
Oh, the skill orb.
And that's it.
This very well could be it.
Shame.
Dallas Dojo, they're going to take map 3. Oh, no, Squints just barely able to touch. But it's not going to do very much. That's going to be map 3 going to Dallas Dojo.
Oh, I spelled
Could
Dallas
we see
wrong.
the reverse sweep? It's very possible now.
I spelled Dallas wrong.
Yeah, I was wondering where the case came from. Then I just realized you probably just used the wrong finger.
Meteor strike.
Heroic, certainly a man on a mission. As demonstrated in that play of the game. And Dallas Dojo showing they still have signs of life. They're going to keep going. We're 2-1 on the night. We're going to go to a push map next.
Oh, Jesus.
We're going to get ready for our push map, either Coliseo, Esperanza, or New Queen Street. All of which are options. I am personally quite fond of Coliseo. But we'll see what Let 'Em Cook has in store. It's going to be their call.
Dallas Dojo saying they will not go down without a fight. I love this.
Okay, so we appear to have pulled up King's Row, which is not a push map.
I don't want to talk about it.
But Let 'Em Cook, they're going to have a substitution on their end. Macho Man coming in from the bench. Lindemood going to be taking a short rest here. I think a short rest, well, I've never played D&D, but I think it lets you recover a little bit of hit points, I think. Amongst other things. Correct me, D&D players. I watched one season of Dimension 20, therefore I know everything about the game.
Indeed.
we are just waiting for that map pick.
Coliseum or Wii? What does that mean?
I think that means whatever. Chat, why don't you give us your best Twitch email right now? Just to liven things up while we wait. Got this nice bottle of ketchup.
I do like ketchup.
Remember, PBB8 used to have a ketchup emo on from his channel, but he's no longer a streamer, so I believe it is not something I can use anymore. We will go to Colosseum. We are going to go to Rome. And we got R's for both of our teams. We're going to go to Coliseum. Our push map, still a match point situation for Let Him Cook. And a do or die moment for Dallas Dojo. An opportunity to force map 5. And come out with a late reverse sweep win. We'll see our two team compositions here in just a moment. Heroic, again, sticking with that Doomfist. It's serving him well. Why change what works? Foxem, Iron Brew on the Hanzo Bastion. Arrow Dylan on the Ana Moira. The same kind of comp that got them their map win on Junkertown. The other side, Box 5 Robot on the Reinhardt, a little bit of a shakeup. We haven't seen a Reinhardt from Let Him Cook today. We'll see how it goes. Squints on a Junkrat. We love to see him on the DPS role. Alongside Reckless on the Sojourn. Now two teams meeting towards the middle here. Neither team really willing to engage on the point. Dallas Dojo taking the slightly wider angle, trying to get a flank onto the back line of Let Him Cook. No, but no luck just yet. Here comes Heroic diving in. Gonna find a punch, but he's going to be met with the rest of Let Him Cook. But Foxem with the storm arrows on his squints. That's gonna open this can of worms for his team. Foxem finding Fox 5 Robot as well. This payload's gonna start moving. Foxem finding Patty Shep and Macho Man. That's a 4K. Give the man one more. Foxem saying, my team, my point, my map. Let's win this thing. The robot now moving around the first corner. Reckless finding a kill on Iron Brew. Would push it up pretty far along with Heroic, trying to get some extra space. But the overcharged right click from Reckless. 3 of those gonna find kills onto Dallas Dojo. So after giving up 32 meters, Let Him Cook is gonna retake the point and push back. Dallas Dojo will have a chance to respond here, but Reckless gonna make an opening pick onto Dylan. It's an early key pick. Reckless pulling out the overclock. Heroic's gonna try and dive him just to force him into a worse position. Iron Brew trying to use the turret form on the high ground. Gonna allow Dallas Dojo to contest this before the lead is given up. Now the artillery barrage from Iron Brew alongside the Nano. His team's gonna take the point here. A last second window from Patty Shep. Not gonna be enough. Iron Brew and friends gonna retake the point. And they're just gonna push it forward, having not quite given up the lead. They should be able to push it a little further. Heroic diving in, trying to get some extra space, force Reckless into submission. It's not quite happening here. Macho Man finding him. The dragons from Foxem, it finds one. That could be just enough. They don't need much to open this up. But Reckless is going to find him on the counterattack. Payload not quite moving forward or backwards yet. Now going back to let him cook. As they're now getting picks, they're turning this fight around. A little bit of bad momentum here for Dallas Dojo. But they were able to get another 10 meters on it. But it looks like they may give up the lead here. Unless something happens here. But also they're ready for let him cook. Not as many for Dallas Dojo. But here comes Macho Man with the rally. That's gonna let him cook take the lead here. As Squints finds Heroic with a concussion mine. He's going up in the air and just raining down hell spam. Foxem trying to make it interesting, but this robot's still moving. Patty, Chef, and Box 5 robot still moving this robot, trying to get to that forward spawn point. And they will have it. Forward spawn's unlocked to let him cook. That's gonna cause a tire from Squints. It's gonna find Arrow.
I mean, they're all just chasing Reckless.
It's a little bit of an unfocused effort here from Dallas Dojo, but the Foxen finding a much needed pick. They have taken the robot back for themselves, off from the fight. They're gonna take it back. It's gonna force Box 5 robot off the far end of the point where their barrier is. Gonna have to regroup. Dallas Dojo able to get it back to the midpoint, undo the forward spawn. Now the nano boost onto Heroic. He's gonna dive in, try and take some space. He's gonna force out the lamp from Patty Shep. He's gonna find Patty Shep, and he's gonna use the meteor strike as well. His teammate's gonna have all the follow-up damage. And that's a fight win for Dallas Dojo. A much needed one at that. They're finding another pick. These late exit picks. These are critical for Dallas Dojo because they want to take as much space as possible here with the robot. They're going to be able to get this to the forward spawn point. They're going to wait for the robot to scratch its butt. Here comes the Graviton Surge from Box 5 robot. Only one was caught in it. No kills coming from it, but Foxem throwing the dragons anyway. He's gonna find Reckless though. It
is not looking good for let him cook.
Certainly, that's a team kill for Dallas Dojo. They're getting kills. They're using their ults more efficiently. They're getting more progress here, and the closer this gets to the end, the harder it's going to be for let him cook to make up the space on the other side. Just 2 ults at the ready here, including Reckless, who uses his now after getting a pick on an Iron Brew. He's going to find Heroic after that. He's just running around. He's just shooting people, anyone who's in his way. This robot's going to turn around for just a moment. Box 5 robot going to take it in control, and they're going to wrest it away from Dallas Dojo. But not before giving up 117 meters. That's a long way, including forward spawn. For Dallas Dojo. Oh, and a nice opening pick on the Macho Man from Heroic. That's not what you need if you let him cook. Going down a healer early is not ideal. Here's the ult from Iron Brew. It's going to force out the Immortality Field from Patty Shep. As well as the Amplification Matrix. Foxem now on the Tracer. He's in the back line. He's going deep. Dylan with the Coalescence. He's going to find 2. Oh, that's nasty. And then Heroic with the cleanup on the Macho Man.
For the parched.
This robot back into the hands of Dallas Dojo. They're going to be able to extend their lead a little bit and spend some more time. Every second they hold this payload is a second closer to victory. Here are 2 opening picks here. A tire from Squints not able to save his team. Box 5 robot and Patty Shep, the only ones left on point is just Patty Shep. It's a 3v1 here on point. Patty Shep's not going to survive. This should be it, pending a miracle, which is not coming because of Fox M and his punches. That's going to be a full completion from Dallas Dojo. We don't see a lot of those on these push maps, but we saw one here. So the reverse sweep very much in play.
Play of the game.
And we are going to map 5.
Map 5, baby. Reckless with the play of the game.
This ends now. You're done.
Reckless, clearly someone who follows the very simple mantra of just hit your shots. Then you get good value on anything. And it does tend to work, so more power to him. But with that, we're going map 5. We could see the reverse sweep. We'll go to another control map. This will be at the choosing of Let Him Cook, I believe. But even with our late start, we're having a heck of a night. While we're figuring out our next map, let's talk about Twitch Prime. If you have Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, well, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime if you connect your accounts. Every month, if you're a Prime person, you get a free subscription that you can give to any channel who's an affiliate, such as us or one of your many other favorites. If you will be so kind, and if you would like to support what we do here, please consider giving us that subscription. You get one free one per month. You can give it to any channel that's an affiliate. So why not us? That is all.
If you don't give it to us, I'll steal your knees.
Oh damn! You don't want Michael to steal your knees. That would suck. Although Michael, I would suggest that you probably don't want my knees. They're not in great shape. But if you'd like them, you know, you can have them.
Oh, of course. I'll take them.
Because we're still working out what map we are going for. A suggestion of Anubis. If we go there, I'm leaving. Looks like it is down to a choice between Busan or Antarctic Peninsula. And it looks like we're going to Busan. Let's go to Korea.
Correction, we're going to Bussy.
Okay. I mean, you can go there. I'm gonna go to Busan. Or is this really pronounced Busan? That's just scientific fact, you know. But for all the marbles, map 5 of 5. We are in a two maps to 2 map tie. Let him cook. Let him cook. Dallas Dojo trying to seal this win. Dallas Dojo trying for the reverse sweep. All right, we're still just waiting for a ready sign from Let Him Cook. And pending that, we'll be off to our shenanigans. And there it is. We're going to go to Busan.
We have both R's.
Yeah.
I only see one R. Oh, there's the second R.
It came earlier. But now we're off to Busan for all the marbles. We're gonna start off with this downtown segment.
God damn it.
Y'all good?
Yeah, I'll tell you after the stream.
Okay.
Ready for battle.
And let's see our team compositions here. Iron Brew on the Widowmaker. Not something we've seen tonight, but we are all for these kinds of things. Herbivore on the Classic Soldier. Heroic with the Doom Fist. Why change what works? On the other side, Box 5 Robot. On the Ramatra again. Reckless with the Tracer. Squints with the Reaper this time.
Round one.
Love to see some variety there. We'll see how this goes.
Time to
There's our two teams coming out of the gate. Heroic, the faster tank, is going to take some more space in the middle. Right off the bat. Getting some poke damage onto Let Him Cook. It's going to allow Heroic to dive up to the high ground, try and challenge Patty Shep for dominance here. It's going to force Let Him Cook to go around to the coast side. And a Suzu saving Let Him Cook. Several players from Let Him Cook from being punched off the edge. But Reckless taking advantage of the chaos. He's going to find 3 kills out of it. Iron Brew is just on the high ground, removing people from the point. But there's a lot more of them than there are of him. So this opening point going to Let Him Cook. And Reckless and Iron Brew very close to having their ultimates.
Prepare yourself.
Heroic is back on point. Trying to dive in and create some space for his team. Macho Man getting nearly killed in the chaos. But Squints and Box 5 Robot just playing around the middle of the point, around these corners and walls. Here comes the visor from Iron Brew. You know where all their opponents are, and Gerbil of War is going to take advantage of that. So one pick on to Let Him Cook, but no one really able to take advantage of that. Heroic, however, might be able to change that. Macho Man going down. Heroic going down in the trade. The ult coming out from Reckless on the point. That's just going to give his team more space. So that's a continued point presence for Let Him Cook. This Reckless just finding more and more headshots. When he is on, he is on. Three ults at the ready for Let Him Cook. 3, soon to be 4 for that Dallas Dojo. Let Him Cook pushing 70% now on this first point. Iron Brew sweeping over to the Echo. Caught in the gravity well, smashed to the ground a bit. But now Heroic diving into the back line, using the Meteor Strike. Gonna force out the annihilation from Box 5 Robot, who's way in the back line of Dallas Dojo. He's gonna find some easy pick onto some squishy heroes. And that's gonna be a team kill for Let Him Cook. They're gonna take this first point 100-0.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
All right, now we'll move on to the Sanctuary of Busan, where it's really do or die time for Dallas Dojo, much like it has been all night, but even more so here. Let Him Cook with a chance to just close this out here with a point victory.
Capture the objective.
Squint's changing over to Torbjorn. That's the only change for Let Him Cook. Dribble of War onto the Sombra Iron Brew with the Soldier. Continuing with the Heroic on the Doomfist. They're going to rush out, and they're going to try and meet here on this upper drum room. Iron Brew on the flank already. He is taking advantage of the Soldier's speed, but Box 5 Robot's going to outmaneuver him and take advantage of his bigger health pool. And that's 2 picks for Let Him Cook.
Reckless did end up finding Arrow. Ironically, with an arrow.
And that's going to be opening capture for Let Him Cook. Herbivore
Oh,
trying to stall on point, but not going to do much.
he got beat to death.
Dallas Dojo, they just need to get out of here and regroup. Not much point in staying here, taking poke damage. Heroic, you're going to dive in anyways. Going to be bounced away, though. Dives in again. It's a punch on the Macho Man, slamming him into a pillar. Not quite killing him, though.
Squints got out.
But Reckless, he's got the good aim. He's going to throw a log into Dylan's head. Heroic
Oh,
punching
no.
into...
Patrick,
cancel a K-Rush?
Patrick got canceled. Oh, no.
I didn't know you could cancel that.
Oh, no.
Which is
Patrick,
worse, the fact that
no.
Patty Shep's ult got canceled by the Doomfist punch, or the fact that Let Him Cook still won the fight?
Oh, God. Let Him Cook still won, but... Oh, God, dude, feels bad, man.
Heroic is on a mission to
Watch out.
destroy things. He's going to
Watch
find
out,
the turret, but
Squints.
not arrow goes down. And it's a messy and chaotic fight. Heroic by himself on point. Herbivore with an EMP. He's by himself, though. Box 5 Robot is going to use the Annihilation. He's going to find Iron Bro with it.
Oh, they gotta
Horrendous
do
value
something
here.
soon.
90% here, so final fight territory for Dallas Dojo. They need to get engaged and make it count here. They got 5 seconds to touch. Dribble of War touches point. Dylan with the Coalescence on a point, but he's by himself. There's no one there for him to help. And this Reckless, he's going to find both of them. Heroic, not going to survive much either.
It seems that Dallas Dojo is having an issue on control. Every other game mode is just they do great, and then control happens and they fall apart.
And that's going to be it. Let him cook. They're going to take Busan, and that's going to put up 3-2 on the night. So, Reckless here is the play of the game. This is the kind of plays that led to them surviving the scare.
Ooh!
Oh.
Ah!
Very nearly a scare of a reverse sweep, but that's going to be Let Him Cook taking the victory tonight, and they're going to move on into the next round of the playoffs. I don't know who they're going to play, but they will move on to the next round.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Tomorrow we have give me 1 second.
The scheduled game is Ido's Missing Arm versus Sunnyside Up.
And then on
Wednesday, Grand Slams versus G I Love Frogs.
And then on Thursday we have Guardians of the Gritty versus someone.
Yeah, someone, my team.
Oh, Steck's team.
Sorkel Sadie Clowns.
Circle
Yeah.
City Clones.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, I will not be there, so.
That's okay. I will. So, have no fear. So, everyone, thank you for watching along. You saw Let Him Cook beat Dallas Dojo 3-2 in exciting fashion. Stay tuned. There'll be more exciting playoff matches this week. I've been Steck Monster, joined here in the booth by Trumpet to Jesus and Max Michaels.
Yes.
We want to wish y'all a good night.
Good night.